Last night's big breaking news was that you can only catch each legendary Pokemon one time through Dynamax Adventures in the Crown Tundra, but this is just a small bit of the information that we got through Pokinchi because they gave us exclusive Crown Tundra gameplay footage as well as more details about how Dynamax Adventures are going to work. So that is what we're going to be breaking down in the video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and definitely share it with all your friends to keep the Crown Tundra hype going because I think this is still pretty cool. Dynamax Adventures look like they're going to be really fun, even if you really don't like that you can only catch the Pokemon once. We're also going to talk about that a bit more because people are saying like, obviously it was going to be like this, except Pokemon Go is going to let you transfer effectively an infinite amount of legendary Pokemon, and it kind of doesn't make sense if you see Latios 3 times because it's just the RNG at the end of the tunnel, or if you're playing with your friends, you defeat it and you're not allowed to catch it just cuz. If you catch a legendary Pokemon in the region or through Ultra Wormholes, then they're gone, but it looks like there's just going to be the ability to fight legendary Pokemon infinite times, but restriction to just catch it once? That doesn't make sense even through the lore, but let's get into the Dynamax Adventure gameplay. Each adventure has 4 phases, 3 normal Dynamax Pokemon, and 1 legendary raid at the end. Now, what I find interesting is that if you paid really close attention to the trailers and website information, you could have figured this out for yourself, but it would have just felt wrong. Like, there's no way it's that easy. You just do 3 raids, the 4th raid's a legendary, and you catch it just like that? Now, if the legendary Pokemon didn't have a 100% catch rate, maybe that would feel a bit more right, because then you're not spending an hour to not catch a legendary Pokemon. But just think about the wild area or the Isle of Armor, that if you're just blasting through raids, every 4th raid is a legendary. That's kind of crazy. Now, it is going to be different. You are going to be handicapped by having only rental Pokemon, but you still get to swap them out. And that's also where the website kind of suggested it was going to be 3 raids and then a legendary. Because you're starting off with a Flareon, well, Escavalier is going to be from raids, Weezing is going to be from raids, since the other Pokemon options are Hitmontop, Charjabug, Horsey, swap out your Flareon for Clefairy, and then just like that, bam, you're at the legendary Pokemon raid. You beat it, you get a legendary Pokemon, and then they just show it off. They show off all the legendary Pokemon in the trailer, like, hey, it's that easy. Just get them for yourselves and then use them in the game. Boom, every Pokemon, every opportunity to get legendary Pokemon. So it looks like the legendary Pokemon are going to be pretty easy to get overall, but there is a caveat. Pokemon's hit points and PP do not recover between fights. So I think there's going to be a little bit of RNG around this, that if you get really bad draft Pokemon, or really tough Pokemon along the way, or maybe just an incompatible legendary Pokemon matchup, you're not going to be able to complete it. And I think that's fair. You don't always just get to do 3 raids, 4th raid, legendary Pokemon, done, rinse, repeat every 15 minutes until you catch them all. So I think that's alright. I think it also means that there's going to be a different kind of style, a different kind of challenge with Dynamax Adventures. You're going to have to kind of master this, master planning, and then when you get good at it, you get to get a legendary Pokemon every 15 minutes. I like that. Also, some characters and berries recover the Pokemon, and the funny thing is, I pointed this out in the trailers. I'm like, hey, there's berries in the path. Now, I thought that your hit points would recover after each fight, because I thought there was going to be more than just 4 raids into a legendary Pokemon. I thought it was going to be a little longer, I thought it was going to be more challenging, and that's why they just make it to where you heal up after every battle. But instead, there's berries. I thought you could choose this path, you get berries, and then you keep those berries as just item rewards in the Crown Tundra, but you can also see other characters. And it's kind of weird as well, that there's berries at the end. So if you look at a raid, you see berries at the end, you can go for that challenging raid, get healed up. Also, this just looks like a nurse NPC, so it's like, oh, choose that path. Might not be optimal. You might be going for a weaker Pokemon, but if you really need to be healed up, you choose that, you get your Pokemon healed, you progress more, and then that's going to make it potentially easier against the legendary Pokemon. And that also looks like a max mushroom, so you get to collect items and rewards along the way. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. And then legendary Pokemon of Dynamax Adventures have a 100% catch rate. I'd rather not have a 100% catch rate, but you could repeatably catch them. But I do like how Pokenchi recognizes the importance of this for special ball Pokemon. You get a Beast Ball, you're not going to waste it on the legendary, you just get it, and now your legendary Pokemon is going to look cool forever. So the cosmetic gameplay has been recognized by Game Freak in this regard, and it works for the Kurt Balls, other rare balls. Some people I've seen actually being really upset about this. People are saying, hey, I just spent the last month farming Master Balls, and now they're worthless. That is definitely a big oof and pretty unfortunate, but I'm wondering if Master Balls are going to have value again. Because it's a 100% catch rate for everything, everything is effectively a Master Ball, and Kurt Balls are more common than Master Balls because even though it's a very rare chance, you can get them repeatedly through the Cramomatic. There's one in every game. There were also events that gave you an extra Kurt Ball or Beast Ball or some kind of special ball. And if Beast Balls are purchasable because Ultra Beasts are going to be in the game, then a Beast Ball legendary Pokemon isn't going to be that cool, but a Master Ball legendary Pokemon native to Generation 8 is actually going to be much more rare. So maybe it'll still have value, but it's not like, oh, it was worth it grinding for the insurance policy if I absolutely needed to catch this legendary Pokemon. Kind of unfortunate. And now we can take a look at the difficulty of Dynamax Adventures through exclusive gameplay with Pokenchi, and this is pretty neat. So like I said, even though it's a bummer you don't get to catch legendaries multiple times, there is still going to be a lot of value to this feature. So check this out. It's like, yeah, you can actually see the typings beforehand. You get to see the legendary Pokemon typing at the end as well, and you can use that to kind of figure out how you're going to play as you go and progress through it. Now, an interesting thing is it just shows the first typing. So that's a water typing, but it's a Tentacruel. And you can kind of see that just by looking at the silhouette. You can kind of see a little further ahead and some of the other planning that needs to happen. So it's like, oh, Tentacruel, well, that's actually water poison. So you don't see the full typing, so you don't get to figure it out immediately, but it is going to give you guidance in how you're going to prepare for this. So I think that's really cool. I think there is a lot of value here, and then they actually show us making it to the legendary Pokemon raid. So they catch that, they make some decisions, they make some swap outs, they make it further. Turns out the Pokemon at the end is a Mewtwo. And then they show some gameplay of the Mewtwo fight. Now, it's not the full Mewtwo fight, unfortunately, but it doesn't look to be like an impossible legendary raid, like with the 5-star Mewtwo or Zeraora or something. They're actually doing significant damage to the Mewtwo when they get through the shields, when they actually get into that late stage of the game. But Mewtwo's also pretty strong. He's been setting up. So Kling Klang gets bopped, but they're not out of it. Mewtwo's still low. Mewtwo's still kind of in its final turn, and they're able to handle it with the resources that they've gotten along the way. So with a little bit of luck, with a good amount of strategy, it seems like this is just going to be possible, and these are just some casual people having fun on the Pokemon show. And then they just show us some gameplay screenshots that aren't like cinematic for the trailers or something. As an organic screenshot or as organic gameplay, this looks fun. This looks wonderful. I'm pretty excited from the scenery I've seen from the Crown Tundra, and the rest of the gameplay looks like it's going to hold that together. I mean, they're just walking around, and even though it's just like white and snowy, it still looks pretty nice and beautiful. I think it's going to be very, very fun to just kind of hang out in the Crown Tundra. So what do you guys think after seeing that? Do you think Dynamax Adventures are going to be more or less fun, more or less worth it? I feel like if the rewards are good, that's going to be what saves it for me. Like, if I've already caught Mewtwo, and I face Mewtwo again because I'm raiding with a friend, or if I've already caught all the legendary Pokemon and then just goes on repeat, and you just kind of randomly just go up against the same legendary Pokemon again, if I get massive rewards, I'm down with that, because I don't need 5 Mewtwo. But if I get the same rewards, well, I'd rather have 5 Mewtwo or something like that. And that's why I said it doesn't make any sense. I saw a lot of comments saying, well, that's how it's been in every Pokemon game. You're only allowed to get 1 legendary Pokemon. It makes total sense that you're only allowed to catch it once, except it doesn't, because this is a completely new feature, and if you're encountering the legendary Pokemon for the 5th time, it doesn't make sense that a magical force prevents you from using a Pokeball on it. And then we just have to look at what Game Freak has done to completely devalue legendaries up until this point. Like the Year of Legendary Pokemon. You just get all the legendaries, just like that. Now, they were opposite version exclusives, but it took no work. You either go to GameStop or they just make it available for the internet. You go to the mystery gift and you get it just as easily as any other mystery gift in game. But that's a powerful, one-of-a-kind legendary Pokemon that you need to earn to work for, or nah. And then there was also just kind of like legendary Pokemon from the game. Shiny Solgaleo, Shiny Lunala, just a free event if you went to GameStop. We saw this for Rayquaza, we saw this for a lot of other legendaries. So the one-of-a-kind argument, or you're only supposed to get one in the game argument, really falls through when you can go to Omega Green Alpha Sapphire, catch all the legendary Pokemon, put them in a Pokemon Bank or Pokemon Home, and then bring them to your game, and then catch all the legendary Pokemon again. Or have multiple, like you can have, you know, half a dozen of each legendary Pokemon just through the games, the events, and transfer, but then you're magically not allowed to catch a 7th one or 8th one? That doesn't make any sense. And then Pokemon Go is a real mess because there's been so many legendary raids, there's been so many events that people have dozens of a shiny legendary Pokemon, and they're just going to be able to drop that into Pokemon Home, put into Pokemon Sword and Shield, but you're not allowed to catch a second Latios. Even though you're battling Latios for the 5th time, after you have to go through some kind of, you know, tricky, challenging-ish gameplay mechanic to do it. And then what happens after you've beaten them all? After you've caught them all? Then the feature is dead. So, I like the idea of being able to farm multiple legendary Pokemon because it feels worth it. That if you've put 50 hours, 100 hours into Dynamax Adventures, you get the big payout that you just now get to farm legendary Pokemon and get as many of them as you want. That's definitely fair and balanced compared to the other events and other ways of getting legendaries. Or also just making another save file. Like if you're only allowed to have one legendary Pokemon per game, it doesn't work that way anymore with the Nintendo Switch, and people already have multiple high-level save files, and they've done that to get Kubfu, Urshifu, other, like, just farming legendaries, you know? You can play through Pokemon Sword and Shield an indefinite amount of times, and even with the free version of Pokemon Home, you catch Eternatus, you catch Zacian, you put into Pokemon Home, you restart the save file on that user, that Pokemon's safe in Pokemon Home. Do the same thing with Kubfu, Urshifu, these legendaries as well, so why not just get rid of that step since legendary Pokemon have 0 value anyways, and just let us put in the work to get those rewards. That's why it's inconsistent. That's why it makes no sense you can arbitrarily just catch them once. It's not obvious. And that's before we get into the battle mark and hacking. Like, I can just take all the multiple legendary Pokemon I have from past games to the battle tower, get the battle mark on them, and then I'm ready for the GS Cup VGC 2021. Kind of ugly. And then right now, as we speak, as this video is going on, people are genning full Pokemon banks in Generation 7. You know, 1,000 shiny legendary Pokemon doing one little code entry into Pokemon Home, and now they have a full Pokemon Home of 1,000 hatched legendary Pokemon in minutes. There's also auto trading bots that are giving away tens of thousands of hacked shiny Pokemon away every single day, but no, you're not allowed to go and earn a second legendary. That's kind of stupid. So, like I said, if the rewards are good, I won't be bothered too much. I personally have no need for it, but I want to be that min-max player. I want to be the person that's like, at any time, I can just go, play this, get legendaries, feel good about myself, and flex, but it doesn't happen for pretty much no reason. And even with Dynamax Adventures, you know, if we're capping off Generation 8 with the Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass, and whatever happens after this, you know, if we actually have Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Switch, or some kind of competitive Pokemon battle simulator, then why just keep the restrictions? Why make it harder for the legitimate player, even if we're going into this transition? Just let us have fun here at the end. But who knows? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.